Could you hear us? Were we loud?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I was sitting on the doorstep watching the fucking lights flash.
Oh god.
I like to find dogs.
Yeah?
Oh, beautiful.
Do you like
There you
Bango?
go. Yeah, she loves Van Gogh.
Hello and welcome to Knocklofty House, all the way down in County Tipperary. This sprawling mansion was built in the 1700s for the Donoughmore family, and it was passed down through them for generations, finally leaving their ownership in the 80s following the kidnapping of Lord and Lady Donoughmore, which seen them smacked across the head with pistols and dragged across this very driveway. It was later used as a hotel and a popular wedding venue which had a 9-hole golf club, tennis courts, a leisure centre and even a safe room that was added by the Donoughmores after their kidnap. Most interestingly, the house hides some disguised bookshelf doors that I can't wait to show you. I've never seen anything like that in real life before. It's been vacant now for close to 15 years and I've had this property on my list of places that I want to visit for years now. I can't even begin to describe to you how excited I was to experience this place, and the trip ended up being a lot more special than I even expected. So stick around, especially if you want to see the results of a paranormal investigation that we performed. I'll go more in depth later in the video on how the visit came about, but a huge shout out to my friend Beka at AbandonedNI for setting up this amazing permission visit for us before the house is gone. I had such a good night. We had a barbecue, drinks, good music, and we were able to really let our hair down and just enjoy being in the company of fellow explorers. That's what it's all about, great friends and even better experiences.
I was in there and you could hear doors banging like as if they were coming from over there. I'm not messing. Who's that in the doorway? If there's anybody in the doorway to the right of us, can you please look to Jesus Christ, I was gonna go, I see a black shadow. Yeah, your whole legs. Really. You get it?
Yeah.
Do you take that off at night time?
I don't wear it all the time.
Oh, okay. How did we do? We did 2 months like this, one in Heatherside, and then we went to X. Feeling like dirty like this.
This feels clean compared to exercise.
Oh, and
Everything's fucking trash.
Heatherside is fucking, we were scraping fucking areas of grass away just to sit there.
You know, this was good for sleeping rough. So Beka was saying that potentially some of the apple greens, like the bigger apple greens, do showers, which Like, come on, we're not going to expect afternoon showers to be like the cleanest in the world, but I really need a shower, so. So over here would be the leisure centre, which we can't get in it because there's buildings attached to it that are active or whatever, or they've already been restored and are ready to be rented out. But we tried to get in there last night and Louis fucked his whole shit up. Like, his knee is fucked because we jumped over a fence. But yeah, there's a jacuzzi in there, there's a whole swimming pool, I think there's like therapy rooms upstairs and stuff. So I'm just going to show you the back of the house and explain some history. That would be the back of the leisure centre, so the pool and stuff is in there. This is the side of the house. That was the function room with the bar. So the back of the house, we can see that curved window where Lo.u.rbex and Alana slept in front of. It's so nice to see these gardens actually like red up a wee bit. There was a huge like fountain piece here which has been removed. But that was really nice. Look at the columns and stuff and all this ivy. They've removed like a lot of yellow roses. Were growing all up and down the house, and I think they have removed the majority of them. But there's a lot of stuff that they have to reinstate. Like obviously old buildings like this, you can't just buy them and chop and change them how you like. So the dome, for example, it is a flat roof at the minute, but I'm nearly sure the owner's going to have to like replicate the dome again because it was part of the building when it was listed, you know what I mean? It has to be back to that standard. And like the major architecturally important pieces would have to be kept, do you know what I mean? But the view here, so technically one of the neighbours was saying that this is technically the front of the house and the other side is the back, but this, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like the front of a house. The other side has that entryway and stuff, but here you're just walking into the library, like directly into the library. But I mean, maybe that was the plan, maybe that was supposed to be the entrance hall. And so obviously the building looked really big, but like it goes on and on and on and on. Oh, it spooked the pigeons. There's wee paths and stuff. So this is leading us up to the back of what would have been the tennis court. There's a lot of outbuildings and stuff here, some of them. There's a little area beside it called the Mews, and that is active. They've all been restored. People are renting them off the owner. Well, that one over there that I just showed you, the ones over there rented. The one here is part of the house, which is still derelict AF. So they've cleared out these steps here, but I don't want to go down there because it's very steep. And I'm not climbing back up that. Now it still stands as one of Ireland's largest mansions, and it just happens to be abandoned, so it's right up my street. Right up my alley, or whatever the saying is. Let me just make my way down here. I feel like Rocky Balboa. Dun 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 dun. Well, that would have been an enclosed walkway, I think. There would have been like a roof over it. Lord and Lady Donoughmore used to own this house, and in the 70s there was a very publicised event in the north. So I'm sure if you're Irish, especially from the north, you probably know all about the hunger strikes. So the IRA had actually abducted Lord and Lady Donoughmore in the middle of the night try and change the outcome of these hunger strikes. And the Lord and Lady said that during this time their captors were actually really nice to them, treated them very friendly, had loads of insightful conversations with them. They never spoke about politics once. And Lord Donoughmore was actually really into racing, so they would bring him the bits of the newspaper with the racing results and stuff, and he would teach them all about racing. But obviously they wouldn't give him like the full newspaper because they didn't want them to realise that this was worldwide news, that they were abducted. Because Lord and Lady Donoughmore didn't actually know the reason behind their abduction. They thought maybe they just wanted some ransom money because they were a wealthy family, obviously, living in this fucking place. But yeah, so they were eventually let off in, I believe, Phoenix Park in Dublin. They were just like released in the middle of the night and they were found there. But you know, it's not a terrible story. They had a good time with their captors. Their captors treated them really nicely. They were well fed. They were well watered. You know, it's not terrible. As to the actual reason that it closed, the area isn't great. Like for a hotel, it doesn't make the best sense. It would be maybe more useful as an old folks home or a residential home. But yeah, so it went into receivership, I think around 2016. Closed down about 11-12 years ago, so 2010ish, but then it went into receivership. The bank came and emptied all the furniture, sold anything that they could get their money's worth out of. And then it just lay like this for a long time until our good friend Uncle Tony found it. Because of Beka's book, AbandonedNI, he had been gifted her book for Christmas and was reading it. He really loved Knocklofty and he came across the sale listing for it. And he's a multi-millionaire, so he bought it. And he also bought Cahercon House, which we're going to go to after this. Potentially a video out of that. So this is where the domed ceiling used to be, and it had fell down on the floor. It lay here for a few years, I think. But they have a flat PVC roof over it now, and this area is just a construction zone, really. But you can still see those details, like these two alcoves here would have had statues on them originally. There was actually, I'll try and get the original photos and insert them somewhere.
I like your tripod down.
Thanks. That's the one I found down in the Austin Guidor, the hotel. Yeah. Beka thinks it's her friend that lost it.
Oh, you got it. But it's one of those really good ones, the carvings.
Yeah.
They're so lightweight.
Look at the detail on those doors. And then the builders have very kindly replaced all this, because not long ago, about 6 months ago, this was all like collapsed, this whole staircase, but you can actually walk up it now. You can see that they've repaired the bits on the floor and stuff. So you can actually walk around here pretty safe now. This would have been a bar, some sort of function room. Right there. Fungal growth, big mushrooms. You can see that bit of the roof had actually caved in, but they've replaced it now. That's the hatch into the bar with the nice wood panels everywhere. Look at them windows and them shutters. They have everything like nailed shut so people can't get in. I think for a long time, very long time, people were getting in through here. It was just like wide open maybe, but they've done a good job at securing the place finally. I really like this room in here with the two pillars on each side. Big massive doors. Huge bay window. But the ceilings here really do it for me. Like there's so much detail on them, all those chandelier roses and stuff. Apparently they were all handmade. And the guy that owns this place was telling us a very funny story about Loftus Hall, which is also under construction at the minute. And apparently the tiles, the mosaic tiles in there, the guys that done it actually had their hands cut off afterwards so that they could never, that those tiles could never be replicated perfectly again, because the man that built it had his hands cut off. All this growth. We literally slept in here last night and it's covered in mold everywhere. Look at them views. The garden has seriously been redd up as well. Like, this was all overgrown. You couldn't see the steps or anything out the front, the walls and everything. Trickle, 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 trickle. What is this? Bubble solution. Palm trees and stuff. It looks like, it doesn't look like Ireland. Do you know what I mean? Like the shrubbery and the plants that they have in the garden looks more exotic than Ireland. So that is just back into that room with the ceilings. This back staircase. So the staircases in this house aren't magnificent because I believe the room, which would have been originally planned to be like the grand staircase room, was converted into something else instead. So we will get to that eventually. Another really nice rose, which is removed, I think. You can just see like the imprint of where it would have been. Really nice vaulted ceilings and stuff, really nice archway. And that takes us back to the front. So this is another bar area. I think when it was a hotel, this was one of the residence bars. I love a good graffiti tag, but someone always has to go and ruin it with a bit of fucking cock, like. Shout out to whoever they are. So then behind the staircase there's a little, just a wee hallway space, and they've knocked this wall through for some reason into the stairs. Maybe they were trying to see, was there like, I don't know, like a hidden space or something that they could incorporate in there. Oh, there's wiring in it, maybe they had to get to those. So one thing I have to say about this place is that anybody that lived or worked in the general area were so, number one, protective, but number two, once they realised that you were allowed to be there, so welcoming, so inviting, so friendly. Yeah, it's just really special getting to hear those like real life stories from people who have lived and worked here for their whole lives maybe, and they can just give you that insight and stories about the place that you wouldn't have found online or that you wouldn't have found on, you know, newspaper clippings. It's very real life perspectives that you get, and it really opens you up to, you know, different stories. Incredible to see that there's so many people and we can instantly bond over the fact that we both love this property and really want to see it restored and are so thrilled that that's actually happening now. So we're through now to what would have actually been the reception of the hotel. I think this was the front door to the hotel that you would have walked through. Maybe, because it's like the only one that's right in front of this reception desk. Very nicely detailed. Love this paneling. We have a safe in there. So this would have been a kitchen, to whom it may concern. Hack up. So that's like an outdoor, one of two outdoor courtyards. So, this is like the safe room. So it was either like an entire room to store valuables, or it was like an actual panic room, do you know what I mean? Like for them to hide in or whatever, I'm not sure. There's a lot of kitchens here. I suppose when you're a hotel you kind of need that space, but normally, you know, it would be all one room unless it was like separated into like breakfast service, dinner service, whatever. Oh, nice walk-in freezer. It's always fun. It's like a maze, it really is. It's so like bendy and windy. So we don't actually have a key to any of those doors to get out here, but oh well, you don't really need it. That stank. About 6 months ago there was apparently really nice red carpet with like gold detailing around the edges that was all laid here, but obviously this is where the builders are setting up as their little like office space maybe. Look at how deep this archway is and the paneling on it. It's great. With all the peeling and stuff. Little curvy staircase. Yeah, sure. So this Lo and Alana slept here last night in front of this gorgeous window, this big curved piece. And he tells me that this was actually a restaurant, so that the kitchens that we were just in probably would have been carting the food down here, and there's tables everywhere. That kind of harp just hanging from the ceiling. I hope you can see it, like it's just so random. So random. Over at the other side there's another curved window. What's going on?
Yeah. The ice, where I was telling you where the tree is, the ice thing, where the cold storage, whatever you like to call that from back in the days there as well.
Yeah.
I think there's cellars under this house too, I'm not sure.
That's fine.
I know someone came in here a few months ago and he said there's cellars below, but I haven't found them.
Poaching on your coffee?
Yeah!
Oh god, doesn't sound good.
For my father being Italian, I'm jealous of your session last night from you.
Could you hear us? Were we loud?
Yeah!
Oh god.
I was sitting on the doorstep watching the fucking lights flash.
Oh god.
Round, round, baby, round, spend the night on me. I don't need no mind.
Yeah.
Jesus, oh. We're already in bad enough for him.
It came from your county too.
Tyrone?
Well, just off the border.
Look at that window down there. Oh, I like that fireplace. The way it's like... So in my house, like I would love a fireplace like this, and I know that's years worth of decay on it, but it's a vibe. Like it looks so pretty. Does it not? You can't tell me it doesn't. If it was all like chips of green and stuff throughout it evenly, that would be great. You can see one of the security cameras over there, so the place is secure. It's derelict, but it is in the beginning stages of getting redone, so yeah, it's good to actually get here before it's completely renovated. This is leading us down to a bar. That door would have led to outside, and I think this was like a public bar that anybody could come into, like it wasn't just for the residents of the hotel. It's completely empty now though, but it's such an awkward shape, such an awkward roof on it. I think this is the music system maybe, or something similar. Just a lot of tools and sorts. I wonder, can I get outside from here? No, that's a big fat no. That's us on the second floor, and once upon a time we would have been looking out at like the hump of the dome downstairs that collapsed, but not anymore. We'll do this end of the house before I go into the library. But look at the ceilings. Oh, I thought that was a mirror I was looking at. I was like, why do I not have a reflection? It's a hole in the wall into the next room. Very awkwardly shaped bathroom because the curved staircase wall, it kind of like indents in on itself and you're squeezed into the shower. So these floors must have been completely on the ground because this is all brand new. You can still kind of see the gaps here. It's not 100%, but it gets the workers up and down and it gets us around the house safely. That would have been, mind I was saying, I thought it might have been the original entrance to the hotel because it's right in front of the reception. That's where the stairs upwards leads us to. What? No, I had walked around here like 3 or 4 times and never got up here. Oh, wow. This is fun and exciting. Look at the wee narrow fucking skinny anemic fireplace. And the random little dormer window. So many chimneys and fireplaces in this house. This is mad. And these floors are definitely not 1,000,000%. Wow. Holy shit, it's massive. This house is so big and massive. I wonder what these were up here though. They must have been... Surely this wasn't an apartment. But it might have been. It literally might have been. I'm gonna have to find out for you. That's the stairs again. That led us to the 3rd floor. And this is just another little wing. I like that bathroom. Oh, the floors there are kind of buckled underneath my feet, like it bent. There's no floors there. I know, I'm still finding bits.
I sent a video recorded on one of the lads and oh my god.
All those vaulted ceilings and stuff in like every single room. we've entered back into high ceilings and fancy doorways, so... Yeah, these must have been hotel rooms because there's no like appliances, there's no kitchen area. Very big bathroom though, so I don't know. I don't know. So all the rooms are like interconnecting with each other. Another pink bathroom with mirrors built into the shutters, that's cool.
Did you find the kitchens?
There's ones downstairs, but they're empty.
I couldn't find them last night.
Another nice bathroom. And then I think that's a staircase outside, but it's blocked. So just before I take you into my favourite part, which is the balcony in the library, I'm going to show you the third floor in this main house because there's not much up there. There's like 3 rooms, so it'll be pretty quick. Again, looking out at where the dome would have been. That's a neighbour that lives up here that was kindly telling us lots and lots of information, and we were telling him about he had no idea about Lord and Lady Donoughmore being abducted by the IRA. He was like, no way, no way. And then he came back this morning and he was like, oh, he's right. I looked into it. So yeah. That weird section where they had the vaulted ceiling, but I've obviously came and added the bathroom at a later date and it just left this weird gap. I don't know why, but if I was in this room, I would feel like there's spiders up there or like an animal hiding in the very corner. I would not trust it. Little seats in the windows. And then there's this awkward like 2-step, which goes into a very awkward bathroom. So, star of the show time. Can't believe we slept in here last night. So here would have been the 2 hidden doors disguised as bookshelves, and then this door was behind it, so it just looks like a normal door from the other end. But like, look at all of this detail that was made by hand. Like, this is all hand crafted by actual human hands. There's different like sort of gold bits over there. I think it would have been gold flaked originally. Would have been beautiful. Detail on the handrails here. I would just love to have seen it when it was filled with books. Like, that would be so special. So there is the hidden doors that I'm talking about. They're obviously... So the house was heavily vandalised at one point, so these were torn off or damaged bad enough that Tony decided to take them out. So I've just set them back up here for you so that you can see like just how convincing they would be. Like, if this place was filled with books, you would not know. You would literally not know. And that leads to a very secretive little stairway here, so like you were entering here from the stairs. The stairs don't feel great, by the way. How amazing is this room? Yeah, we are with Granny, who I know very much. I took care of my Granny for years. She's no longer with us, very sadly, but she was born and raised like 5-10 minutes down the road from here in Cappoquin, Waterford. So it's just very nice to feel connected to her in a sort of way, because I'm like down at her home house. I've never, not her home house, but her home place, and I've never visited there before, so it just feels very special and stuff. It's amazing. Can't get over it. Some awkward stairs here. We go down and then we turn around and then we come back down. The stairs are cracking under my feet. So in this room, I'm not sure why, but there's, like, it stinks. It stinks of death because there's so many bees. I don't want to get near them because it's like an active, there's a wasp nest somewhere. I think that's it, just there on the pane. But look at all of those dead wasps. It's fucking disgusting. They're all over the ground and they stink. Like, a dead wasp shouldn't stink of death, but there's that many of them that they do. They really do. So I think that's us done, actually. I'm not sure how the video turned out, but hopefully you enjoyed it.
I was in there on the roof, and you could hear doors banging like as if they were coming from over there. I'm not messing. And none of yous were in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a walkthrough.
Like that.
If there's no one here though, then yeah, I can't believe I'm actually like sleeping in Knocklofty's library.
Do you pick on vibes here? I'm not. Is that one thing?
Well, when I was on the toilet, there was a loud bang, like as if there was a door being closed. Can you do that again? Can you bang a door?
We're trying to do the paranormal.
And if there's anybody here, can you go over towards Beka to a green light and make the green light shine? Can you touch that black box?
So I'm going to the door.
No, we're covered that way. Can you bang a door?
There's no one in here.
Can you go over to that green light? If there's anybody here, can you go over to the green light and make it flash, please? I heard a bang when I was in here.
Does anyone have a court sword available?
Is there anyone with a big beam?
Is there anybody in the doorway? Who's that in the doorway? What do you think of it?
Did you pick on something?
There's something there. Where the light was coming in,
The
went
light
dark
at the store was
there for
literally, like, a
second.
few times was as if someone was peeking in,
Yeah.
and then
Okay,
Like
so
like that.
do you know what? See, in the investigations you go out in, and you're laughing, having a crack.
Yeah.
That's when you hear things.
I know. Jesus Christ, I was gonna go, I see a black shadow.